I asked my son a simple question. Out of your close friends heading to college, how many actually have a plan, a concrete reason for choosing their school, and any idea of what they want to do? His answer? Three. Out of about a dozen. Three. One is going to specialty music school, and two are going to trade schools. The rest? They're just going to college to quote unquote see what happens. They'll worry about their career details in 4 years, and that terrifies me. Most of my son's friends are going to one of the big state schools, and I get it. They're fun. Big Saturday football games in the fall, rowdy arenas full of basketball fans in the winter, tons of new people to meet, and probably a few familiar faces from high school that make it less intimidating. It's comfortable. It's what everyone does. But here's the problem. They're making a, let's say, $120,000 or more decision for 4 years of their life with no clear direction. The plan? No specialization, no concrete objective. Just, I'll figure it out. And in the past, maybe that worked. You could drift through college, graduate with a general degree, and still find an entry level job that would train you. But that world is disappearing fast. Now, sure, the purpose of college is to find your direction, and I get that argument. But here's what no one tells you: most degrees are intentionally general, and universities like it that way. Why? Because to get really dialed into a specialty, you have to go to graduate school. That's an additional 2+ years of tuition for them. Cynical? Yes. True? Also, yes. Think about it. Why do colleges force you to continue taking general courses in your first 2 years before you can start to specialize in something? You have prerequisites that are just like classes you took in high school: English, a language, math, science. Are students really finding their passion as they trudge through these general classes? Or are they just enduring them? I'll give you one guess. The recent statistics of young adults graduating college and ending up in jobs that absolutely do not require a college degree is staggering, and that number is growing. When I graduated with a business undergraduate degree in finance, I entered the world and was expected to just figure it out. Did I need my degree? Not really, but I guess it helped early on with some jobs. It provided some credibility with people evaluating me for various positions. But the tide is turning. Today, some employers actually frown on certain degrees. General liberal arts degrees are rarely deemed valuable. You can't drift anymore. And here's the kicker: the job market is rapidly shrinking because AI is taking the very entry level jobs that for decades went to college grads. Those entry level jobs were training grounds for future leaders in every industry, gone or disappearing fast. And that trend will only get worse. So, as a parent, what do you do? How can you guide your child when at 17 or 18 they really don't know what direction they want to go in? It's tough because 18 to 22 are growing years. College can help a young person mature, learn to be independent, away from their parents for the first time, figure out who they are. Many teenagers aren't mature enough at 18 to understand they need to start thinking seriously about their future beyond school. And that's actually very normal. That's developmentally appropriate. But here's the problem: normal does not cut it anymore. The world they're entering is fundamentally different from the one we entered. The margin for error is smaller. The consequences of drifting are bigger and more expensive. So, what do you do? Like all good parenting, each situation and each child is different. But I believe this: you must, now more than ever, be actively and continuously discussing and brainstorming your child's future with them. Not once, not when they're filling out their college applications, continuously. It needs to start in high school, freshman or sophomore year, before the pressure of the big college decision actually hits. The goal? Increase the odds that by the time they're 18, they have some inkling of a specialized direction they want to pursue. If that includes college, great. But then they can pick the college that has the programs aligning with that interest, not just where are your friends going or which school has the best parties, but where can I actually learn what I need for the career I think I'm interested in at this point? That's a fundamentally different question. Do not let your child drift through 4 years of college hoping they'll just figure it out. Could they? Sure. Will they? Likely. Eventually. But how much anguish do you want them to go through after school as they navigate the world? And more importantly, the new AI disrupted world they'll be entering. You don't have all the answers, and neither does your child. But communication, research, and active discussions are the keys to transition and discovery. Don't wait. Your high schooler may complain about talking about this stuff right now. They may roll their eyes. They may say, Dad, I don't know yet. Stop asking. But you're the parent. You know better. Not imposing this conversation on them, not pushing them to think about it, is not fair to them in the long term. Remember those three friends, packs of mine, of Pax's friends who actually had a plan? One is going to music specialty school. He wants to be a music producer. He knows the exact program he's entering. He knows the equipment he'll learn on. He has a career path in mind. Two are going to trade schools, one for HVAC and one for linesman training. They'll both graduate in 2 years with certifiable skills and almost zero debt. They'll be making good money while their friends are still in college taking general education classes. Are their paths to work guaranteed? No, nothing is. But they have a direction, they have a focus, and they have a plan. And that puts them miles ahead of the 9 other or who are just hoping that it works out. My son chose a different path entirely. He's not going to college at all. Is that right for everyone? No, absolutely not. But here's what is right. He has a plan. He knows he wants to be an entrepreneur. He's building an AI consulting business right now. He's learning sales. He's gaining real world experience. Could he change his mind? Sure. He's 17. But at least he's moving forward with intention, not just drifting and hoping. That's the difference. Direction beats certainty. Action beats planning. You don't need to know exactly where you'll end up, but you'll need to be moved forward towards something. Here's the vision I have for every parent watching this. One day, your child is, say, 35 or 40 years old, and you're at a holiday gathering. Your grandkids are running through the house. The adult, your child, pulls you aside and says, You know what, Dad? I appreciated it at the time, but I thought you were quite annoying. But those conversations we had in high school about my future, about having a plan, that changed everything for me. That's the goal. Not to have all the answers, not to control their future, but to care enough to have the hard conversations, to push them to think, to guide them forward in a direction instead of just drift. And that makes it all worth it. So if you're a parent of a high schooler right now, here's my challenge. Start the conversation this week, not next month, not when they're filling out applications, this week. Ask them, what interests you? What are you good at? What kind of life do you want to build? If college was not the default option, what would you do? You won't get perfect answers, and that's okay. The point is to start the process, to plant the seeds, to make them think, because 9 out of 12 are going in blind. Don't let your kid be one of those. I hope this has been helpful. Please subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Until next time.